Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elfalas and we're watching Fnatic vs G2 Esports in Week 6, Day 1 of the EULCS. So, on Fnatic's side, we have Maokai, Alistar, Lissandra, Kog'Maw, and Nidalee. So if you're looking at this team comp, you can see there's a lot of late game power with the engage potential from Lissandra, Maokai, and Alistar. All of those champions have very strong engage. You have a lot of DPS coming in from Kog'Maw. And then you have some very strong early and mid-game power from the Nidalee, who can also empower Kog'Maw's attack speed in late game with her heal. So this is a very strong, well-rounded team comp. It does lack split push threat, and it does lack, well, normal pushing threat, with Lissandra not being the strongest wave clear champion. Kog'Maw's not a super strong wave clear champion either. So really, you do have to be kind of scared of getting pushed in as this team comp, but looking at G2, we don't see a ton of wave clear either. We see Ahri and Lucian, who are both decent, but they have to respect the engage range of Alistar and Lissandra. So, pushing power, I'd say, is actually about even for both teams. The difference for G2 is that I think that Nautilus is a better split pusher than Maokai is. He's able to push waves much more effectively with his E and W. So we might see some more pressure on G2 on the split push. Maybe we'll even see a ZZ Rat portal come out. That's always potential. Teams have starting to explore that strategy. But we also see Lucian, Ahri, Trundle, Rumble. So Rumble in the jungle has been a new pick coming mostly this week, and that's mostly been with the introduction of Runic Echoes. It's a very strong item for Rumble jungle, and you can clear the jungle very fast. Rumble does take a little bit of time to scale up as compared to Nidalee, though. His early game clear isn't quite as good. His early game mobility isn't as good. But once he hits level 6, he has some pretty good pseudo kind of engage. He can knock off people in skirmishes, block paths of escape. His ult's very versatile, so gonna be really interested to see what G2 does with that. Trundle is a good support. Fnatic actually banned out Braum, which is Hybrid's favorite champion. He's played it 7 times here, with a very high win rate too. I think it's 100%. I'm not gonna say it's 100% because I don't actually know, but I'm pretty sure it's 100%. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, we have an Ahri in the mid lane. Ahri is a pretty good champion. I don't know how this matchup actually works out, but you can see that Ahri is taking cleanse against Lissandra, so I think that's great. You remove the ignite from a potential pick and playmaking champion, so that's great. So we're just going to jump into the game. I'm just going to fast forward a bit. And let's see if we can get into this game and watch. Okay, let's skip a bit further. Alright, is this the end of the video? Yes. Alright, so we're into the game now. Great. So what I want to see is if Fnatic's gonna lane swap or not, because I'm not sure if this Kog'Maw really wants to be in a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-2 lane versus Trundle and Lucian, because that's gonna be a difficult lane, I think. I mean, Lucian's just extremely strong in the early game, a lot stronger than Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw really needs kind of an extra item, and you can see that Kog'Maw actually went Cole too. So I think we're definitely going to see a lane swap, because you can't really lane with Cole. And that's actually fine. I think that Nidalee kind of thrives in lane swaps, actually. She's not the strongest ganker. Like, she's a good ganker, but I don't think she's the best ganker in terms of jungle picks right now. But she does put out a lot of early game pressure just by being in your jungle and getting in your face and getting vision and trying to duel. So I really want to watch Spirit this game, because it's always fun to see a good Nidalee play. So yeah, G2 is actually swapped up to the top side too. So we might see a 2-on-2 lane for a bit here. The cool thing is that Spirit has taken this Wraith camp already, and so he's already inside Trick's jungle taking camp. So we could potentially see Trick get 3 buffed, actually. But G2 did spot out Maokai use TP to get into the bottom lane, which is a fairly large cooldown. So Trick actually backed off the red buff there. I'm not sure why he did that. Let me think about that for a bit. Because he was full health. I think it's because he's going to try and invade on the bottom side, actually. We might see Nautilus push in and then invade. I'm going to turn on the caster volume a bit. It's kind of loud. So Trick's actually taking the Grump here. So he could still be potentially invading Italy. You can see he's moving down. Nautilus is pushing in. Yeah, we can see Nautilus is coming up too. This could be some pretty spicy action. Now he's just going for the raise, it looks like. I'm not sure if he spotted out the red buff take. Okay, so Kikis is coming in here to interrupt the red buff. So, yeah, we might see Spirit actually get 3 buffed instead. Nope. They're not even going to go for the red buff. They don't want to stay for too long. Otherwise, Gamsu might collapse back onto them. But yeah, Trick is going onto his blue buff, and then he'll probably loop back around to his red buff. Very nice. They give the blue buff over to Ahri early, and that's going to give her a significant advantage in lane over Lysandra. Being able to spam her spells a lot more consistently. It's going to allow her to shove a lot if she wants to, or it could just allow her to play around and harass. But this will mean that if she does shove a ton, she's going to have to kind of spend, or Trick is going to have to spend some more time around the mid lane to make sure there's no extreme ganks coming out. But I actually think that's fine if they do that, because then they can, if Ahri can push in the mid lane, I think all the other lanes can honestly push as well. Because Spirit can only be in one place at once. Oh, so we're seeing a gank coming in here on Emperor already. But it might be turned around. Holy cow, it does get turned around. It's still going to go down, though. Oh my gosh, he's not going to get... Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright, we're going to have to watch this setup all over again. Whew. Alright, so we're going to watch that again to see exactly what went wrong there. Alright, so Spirit's clearing Grump here. We can see that G2 Esports is pushing in. Ahri is backed, so they're feeling kind of safe. Ahri has no teleport. Ahri did actually end up taking Ignite. Trick's on the top side, though, so this is something that Fnatic doesn't know. They probably think he's clearing... They probably think he's walking back into his top side jungle from base, honestly. Because they saw him invade onto the bottom side. So they probably... If he loops back around and backs after taking Scuttle Crab, which he didn't, then he'd still be walking back from base, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to rewind further to actually find out. But yeah, so Spirit clears the Grump. He comes up. They know there's a teleport on Nautilus and no teleport on Maokai. So I think this is actually going to be a pretty big oversight from Fnatic. They do have the teleport from Febvin. The one thing I don't think they're counting on is Trick showing up, because with Trick shows up, it's a 4-on-4 instead of a 4-on-3, and that's what they are expecting, a 4-on-3. So Spirit's just waiting back there. Clay flashes, knocks him back. Alright, so Trick immediately pulls off the red buff and starts coming top lane. Emperor takes up a huge chunk of damage. Teleport from Nautilus. Teleport from Lissandra. So I actually think this is a late teleport from Lissandra. She should have teleported earlier to try and secure this kill. She had just finished shoving the lane in too. Alright, like, Lissandra should start teleporting right now. But instead she walks over a bit further back to make sure she's safe. But she doesn't really need to be. And so G2 manages to trade decently. Manages to trade a 10 damage because Reckless isn't doing any DPS right now. This is all Nidalee pretty much. Nidalee's like in solo. Trick's coming in behind too now. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. So I think if Lissandra had teleported a bit earlier to a nicer spot and been able to lock down Emperor, this would have been terrible for G2. But the late teleport actually just kills Fnatic right here. And that's 3 kills over to G2 early. And that's actually really dangerous because 2 of those kills are on the Trick. So if he gets a lead early, he's going to be very dangerous at level 6. Alright, well, we already watched this. Okay, whoa. Alright, so Spirit's getting found in the jungle here. Perks is going in 1 on... How did Perks get all the way over here? I really wish I could see how we got all the way over here, but... Basically, Spirit's getting chased down, but... I don't think Perks is gonna live. The question is, nope. Spirit won't live. Reckless is level 3. This is horrible. Oh my goodness. He's like a ton of CS down. He's 15 CS down on Emperor. And Perks manages to get away too. This is horrible for Fnatic. They still have a chance though, honestly. If Kog'Maw can get going. But the difficulty is, now that there's a pretty sizable advantage on G2, they can send like 4 members to just pressure down a single tower, and they can just keep rotating around with a 4-man group, and then have Nautilus in another lane pushing with his teleport up. And there's nothing that Fnatic can do about it, really. Just like the power of a dive will be too strong from Rumble and Trundle. And if like Kikis like comes in, maybe they... No, they'll have to send Kikis to the split push. I was gonna say maybe they'll have like Kikis as part of a siege, but they need someone with a teleport. Looks like Febiven might die. Alright, so that's a trade 1 for 1. We gotta watch the setup though. I wasn't paying attention because I was talking about other stuff. Alright, so Lissandra wards her red buff. Okay, so they see Lissandra there as she pink wards the brush. She's walking up to the top side of her lane. She gets hooked in by Kikis, it looks like. She stuns him. She gets ulted by Kikis. Rooted. Yeah, wow, this is straight up a lot of damage. Yeah. So, I'm not really sure if there's that much that could be done to avoid that gank mechanically. They just need to keep track of Kikis better. I could have gone back even further to see like where Kikis roamed from, but I didn't feel like it. But yeah, this is actually a huge problem for Fnatic because Emperor and Hybrid were pushing down that tier 1 as that gank was going down in the mid lane. And so Trick just rotated down from clearing to just come down. And there's so much vision control in the bottom side jungle. Look at all of that. That's a ton of vision control in the bottom side jungle by G2. There's literally nothing that Fnatic can do without G2 kind of figuring out what's going to happen. Because if they're not on the bottom side, then G2 knows they're on the top side. This is pretty tough spot for Fnatic to be in this early in the game. Oh, that's a terrible ultimate. I don't think it's going to matter, though. They're really far up. Jeez. So that was a really smart play from G2. They just kind of went into the fog of war and then looped back around to Reckless as he was pushing up. And I guess it was just really disrespect from Fnatic, knowing where G2 was in the fog of war, but not respecting the fact that they could loop back around to kill him. And they even had that bush warded, but it didn't matter. The pillar from Trundle was huge slow. Oh, Nidalee took blue buff. I think that was a misplay from Nidalee. I think that should have gone over to Febivin. Because they need someone who can just wave clear. And Febivin, like, has to be the one to stop these tower pushes coming down. Alright, Gamsu's in the bottom lane with no teleport. So we're going to see G2 try and make a play out of the top side. But Fnatic is going to know it's coming, so they're probably just going to give up this turret. Yeah, you can see that they're backing off from the turret because they know that G2 wants to make a play. So Fnatic still has the Kog'Maw to fall back on, but the question right now is where is this Kog'Maw going to get farm? Because they can't send him on the other side of the map, because if they do, they just have no pressure. They have no way to defend these turrets. Then again, they don't really have any way to defend them anyways. I mean, Reckless just needs to hit level 6. He's 3 levels down to Emperor right now. So that's a very dead. Okay, never mind. The flash saves him. So it's going to be a little bit extra farm on to Kog'Maw. The tier 1 tower falls. We're going to see a little bit of a brief reprieve for Kog'Maw right here, because all of G2 is backing to get pressure. So we're going to have to see what Fnatic actually does. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I'm not sure what they should do, honestly. So they're just pushing up, it looks like. Alright, so G2 is going to take the dragon now. There's no real reason not to, because, I mean, there's no way that Fnatic can contest. So they can just take this dragon. I'm really want to see them take the Rift Herald next. Emperor's going to loop back over into the top lane to push that in. The question is, what is G2 going to do? The rest of G2 going to do? Kikis has his teleport, so we're going to see... Probably we're going to see Trick go back up in the top lane. Yeah, top side. So he's going to clear red buff and then put pressure down. They're going to probably push and then try and take the Rift Herald. Fnatic, but I don't think they can. And we see, oh, Kikis is coming in behind and Ahri's roaming up. So this is pretty much dead Fnatic. They have nowhere to go. They have to turn onto Kikis, but he's too tanky. Okay, double teleport actually came in from Fnatic, so this is a 5-on-5. But the thing is, is Maokai and Lissandra are kind of on the wrong side of this fight right away, and there's a 3-on-4 pretty much for Fnatic right now, with a 2-on-1 on the other side of the fight. Granted, Lucian is being zoned out, which is good. But Reckless is probably going to die. Alright, so Reckless is down. Okay, they take out Emperor, that's good. Cly and Spirit are basically dead. Lissandra managed to make it out, but that's going to be a 2 for 4. Not good. They're probably gonna take the Rift. No, they're not gonna take the Rift Herald, but Trick down. I don't think there's a ton to analyze here. I mean, it's just a matter of Fnatic getting caught out too far, pushed too far up, and really excellent vision control by G2 as well. They were able to get the teleport in a nice spot by Nautilus. So they were able to cut off Fnatic's escape. Honestly, if they didn't have that teleport, if that teleport was from a different angle, then that fight could have been turned around by Fnatic, because they could have just gone into the river and like killed Ahri while 4 members of G2 were coming in from the other side. But because of that Nautilus flank, they weren't able to do that. So we see 4 members of Fnatic committed onto the top side, which is really great because this allows Nautilus to push into the bottom lane. But Gamsu's all in 1v3. They're trying to force an engage here because they know that Nautilus doesn't have his teleport up. Unfortunately. Oh. Yeah. The problem is that G2 is just too strong in terms of items. It's kind of an attempt you have to make because it's your only chance at winning a fight. But yeah, they used a major ultimate cooldown, that is the Lissandra ultimate, and they weren't able to get anything from it. And they have to spend Alistar ultimate just to not die. So Kikis is actually coming up from the bottom lane. So he's going to be pushing in the mid lane, and he's probably going to rotate back down to the bottom to keep pressure. So Kog'Maw does have a Ginsu's Rage Blade now, which is really good for Fnatic. It means they have a chance at shutting down some of these champions. But it's still really hard because they have no way to really peel off the major threats for Fnatic right now for too long. Like, they still have... Like, the thing is, they have the lockdown. They have the CC. They just don't have the damage to back it up. So the... You know, Nautilus isn't scared of diving in, because even if he does get locked down by Lissandra and Alistar, he won't die in the duration of that CC, you know? So already we're seeing a lot of focus on the side that Kog'Maw's on. So G2 is putting a ton of members, like in any lane that Kog'Maw shows in, that's where G2 is going towards. Whoa. Okay, so Emperor got popped. That's pretty big. They're probably going to kill Trick now. Question is, will they lose anything for it? And it doesn't look like it. Trundle and Arya are going to try their hardest to push down mid lane, but it doesn't. I don't think they'll be able to get to tier 2. Oh no, they will. It was already really low. But honestly, that's worth it. 2 kills for none. Or 2 kills for a tier 2 at this point in the game, with how far down in terms of items Fnatic is. They just need it. The unfortunate thing is that they didn't get any onto Kog'Maw. But, you know, you take what you get. So that was really just G2 being a bit too far up. If Emperor hadn't gotten hit by Lissandra ultimate, then that would have been... They would have just been able to disengage. And that's not going to be able to happen a ton, though, because Emperor's going to get a QSS soon. And he's not going to be able to be instantly locked down and CC'd like that. But it looks like it'll be after Rapid Fire Cannon. So there's still a little bit of opportunity for Fnatic here. They made sure to take advantage of the window that they had there. There's 5 members of Fnatic kind of all around the mid lane. It looks like they want to kind of siege down this turret, which they can do because they have the top lane shoved in. And Nautilus is kind of pushing in the bottom lane right here. There's only 3 members in the mid of G2 in the mid lane right now, but a couple more coming in. Oh, it's a flank from Nautilus, the teleport, right onto Kog'Maw. He flashes into the back line, and that's... Whew, that was a really good Rumble ultimate. Problem is there's no lifesteal on Reckless, so it's going to be really hard for him to stay in this fight. Yeah. And then that's going to be a Rift Herald, I suppose. No Baron up yet. You only get 1 pick off of that. And it was a pretty heavy investment, but it's still worth. Because Fnatic really can't punish the huge investment. I mean, in the late game, spending all those ultimates for just a kill on a support would murder them, because Kog'Maw would just turn around and kill them, but... The thing is, Kog'Maw doesn't have any lifesteal, so he can't, like, if you chunk him out like that, he has no way to sustain through the fight. You know, look at that. So much damage. He does as much as he can, but now he has to back out. This Trundle pick is actually, I think, really good against Kog'Maw, because the Q slow, there's no way for Kog'Maw to deal with it. Or sorry, not the Q slow, the E slow. There's from Trundle. There's no way for Kog'Maw to deal with it. In Fnatic's team comp, they don't have a Lulu or anyone who can really speed up the Kog'Maw. Wow, Gamsu tanked up a ton there. There's just no one else from Fnatic able to follow. Ooh. Bad. I mean, ooh. Really bad. I mean, Fnatic was able to get a couple blinking health bars there, but they just don't have any damage to actually finish a kill on anyone. Kind of want to watch that again, so let's rewind. Alright, so G2 starting up the Baron. There's not a whole lot of vision for Fnatic, so they kind of have to face check. They have the one ward right above the Scuttle Crab. Gamsu face checks this brush, gets charmed up by Perks. The rest of Fnatic's really far away. There's a teleport on Febiven, but there's no great place for him to teleport to. He does have the one ward. But the problem is there's no one else that can really follow up on and engage by Febiven. Cly used his ultimate too early there. If you'd wait until the or the root came out from Kikis from the auto attack, then it would have been better. That was interesting. Cly flash Q'd and then W'd onto Ahri over the wall. It was kind of an interesting interaction to watch. But yeah, that's going to be the Baron over to G2. I don't think Febiven can make anything happen. He doesn't have his ultimate. Gamsu is coming in. Whoa, that was a nice stop by Gamsu. He was able to just lock people down inside the Baron pit. And Febiven was able to draw Ahri out and didn't die, so that's good. There we go, Kikis finally goes down. Reckless is pushing over the bottom lane. He's getting a lot of farm off of this, and then they're going to get a mid lane turret. So this is really good play for Fnatic to come back into the game. You can see that Kog'Maw is getting a ton of farm, and he's also going to get that turret. Really, really, really good from Fnatic. I mean, really, it was just really good that they were able to burn Trick down earlier in the fight, and he was really low at Baron, so Gamsu was able to just kill him. Or maybe he just died to Baron aggro. Yeah, because he died to Baron aggro, so awkward. Alright, skip through this. Oh, he goes behind and gets killed by the spikes. So Febiven takes out all the cooldowns from Ahri. And then it's just a full health ulted Gamsu just in the back line of G2 with no way to peel him off. So G2 wants to continue playing around this Baron though, because they're still ahead in gold. They still can win these fights, and they still can get the vision control and force face check. But Gamsu's getting tanky enough now that it's not the worst thing ever for him to face check. Like, he won't get instantly killed. And Reckless is also at a point in time where it is possible for him. Okay, engage. Alright, so I just really want to talk about this Rumble kind of engage here. I actually don't think it was that good. It was really long range and it's not getting any damage down, and then it's a huge teamfight cooldown that's not being used in a really great way. They still might win this fight though, just because they're insane gold advantage. But if it was even, I don't think there's any way that they could win. Oh man, Reckless stays alive. Holy cow! Yeah. Wow. Okay, I actually didn't expect him to win that fight, anyways. But yeah, the Reckless is coming online now because after that last play, he was able to get a ton of farm in the bottom lane. He got the turret, and he was able to complete his Runon's Hurricane. That did a ton of damage that fight. And then that terrible Rumble ulti kind of ruined it. Because it didn't really hit anyone. Because you can't really engage with the Rumble ulti. At least like that. You have to cut off like a jungle route escape path. And then force the enemy team to run through it. Alright, so starting off the Baron again. There is a teleport on Febiven, but there's not. Okay, there's a ward for them to TP2 now. So they want to back off now. Because if they engage a fight, then Febiven is going to TP in. Oh, they're not backing off. Alright, you can see the TP. Alright, so Reckless gets chunked out a ton early. He's got no lifesteal to back him up. Clay's gonna die. Oh, that's a really late ultimate. Alright. I don't think they can take Baron though. There's a teleport on Gamsu still. Yeah, look at that. That Rumble ult hits no one. And Gamsu just goes straight in. You can see that Alistar goes in. There's a lot of lockdown onto Hybrid. You know, Gamsu does go down, but at this point, just look at all that damage. Kog'Maw was just targeting out whoever. It was Emperor, and did ton of. He pretty much killed him straight up. It was insane. He saved his W till the part where he could just sit there and do DPS, which was really great. So what Fnatic's trying to do is they're trying to get some vision on this Baron area so that G2 can't just force a face check again, because forcing face checks is really G2. Whoa, what just happened? My screen went blank. Okay, it just went black for a second. That was random. But yeah, G2 wants to continue to force face checks from Fnatic. So if Fnatic gets some vision down, that's really good. They need to get some deep vision into Fnatic's jungle, honestly. I think if they get one of those flanks again from Nautilus, they can really they can get a really favorable fight and turn it around. Because if they get an ultimate onto Reckless combined with a Rumble ulti, sorry, a Nautilus ultimate onto Reckless combined with a Rumble ulti, that's gonna chunk him out for a ton. And that's what they haven't been doing. Because in the last fight where Fnatic just destroyed G2, they hit like 0.2 seconds of a Rumble ulti onto Kog'Maw, and it did 0 damage. If they hit the Rumble ulti first, sorry, the Nautilus ultimate first, and then pile on the Rumble ultimate, they can chunk out Kog'Maw before the fighting begins at like a huge range. The problem is it's difficult for G2 to get deep vision for Nautilus to teleport onto without getting engaged on by an Alistar or a Maokai or a Lissandra. Alright, so Dragon's spawning very soon. We might see one team try to sneak it, but it's not worth setting up a 5-on or try to set up a 5-on-5 there, because if one team decides to go for Dragon, the other team's going to turn on the Baron immediately. So we're seeing Nautilus constantly pushing in this bottom lane, but not able to put down a lot of pressure because you can't push down a turret with Gamsu there. And then if one of them has to TP up, I mean, if one of them TPs up, both of them have to TP up, because if Gamsu TPs up first, Nautilus won't be able to pressure a turret. And if his team loses a fight, then he won't be able to gain anything back. So G2 is actually going straight up onto the dragon, and Fnatic isn't trying to take anything else instead. It's kind of interesting. They just weren't quite in a spot to take Baron, I suppose. I guess they didn't think they could take it fast enough. Alright. So Kikis is getting DPS'd on by... Oh, boy. Why is Rumble overheating? Holy moly, that was perfect. Honestly. Yeah. That was pretty good. But... they had hit some abilities on Reckless. That would have been a free team fight for G2, but now they actually have a strong team fighting cooldown down, so it's going to be really hard for them to find anything. Ooh, and there's a flash in. Hybrid goes down. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they spent the ultimate from Kikis, but they didn't have anything else. No follow-up. If Rumble wasn't overheating, you know, they have some follow-up. And Kikis is going to go down too. Yeah. That's the cool thing now, is that Emperor has his QSS, so he can't be locked down as easily. Oh, so Gamsu's TPing in, and Lissandra at the same time. They're going to start off this Baron. Clay goes down over the wall by Emperor. Ooh. But there's no hero play by Trick. So Fnatic now has the Baron. That's pretty good. So it looks like Febiven's probably going to go down here. Oh, man. The flash for the wall by Emperor. Spirit's dead. Holy cow. And probably some other people, too. They do trade back on Emperor. That's good. But Reckless is dead. Gamsu might die here. Holy, did you see that heal? Wow. Yeah, that's going to be way too long to kill. Holy. So that actually is really important, though, that Gamsu retains his Baron, because it's going to allow Fnatic to group up and push a lane down and siege with Kog'Maw, and then G2 is going to have a hard time engaging. They need to get a Nautilus ultimate onto Reckless, and then comboing the Rumble ultimate on top of that. Yeah, you can see there's buffed up minions in the mid lane. There's no one who can pressure the bottom side of Fnatic. So even though that lane is pushing against Fnatic, there's no tower pressure there. So they don't care. It's going to be a while before that wave is big enough that Fnatic has to deal with it. They still might back off of this push, though. I don't reckon they're going to spend a ton of time sitting here. It is kind of dangerous. The problem is Gamsu and Febvin, neither of them have ultimates right now. Or, not ultimates, sorry. Teleports right now. Oh, so it's a flash headbutt. Clyde's probably going to go down. Question is, what can Reckless and Febby do? Alright, so it looks like Kikis goes down. Alright, so this looks terrible for Fnatic right now. But I could easily see G2 overextending here because there's no ultimates on G2 and there's still an ultimate on Febvin. And you can see he's putting his Ice Claw back in here. I could see Perks or Emperor getting absolutely popped right here. And if Gamsu roots up Hybrid, Reckless can just turn around and DPS. Oh, Febvin doesn't get his ultimate off. That was a perfect charm. This fight might be... Oh, never mind. They still overextend, though. I'm actually kind of surprised. Not really. That's some absurd DPS from Kog'Maw. I mean, I'm surprised that Kog'Maw does that much DPS, but if I knew that, then, man, holy cow. Maybe even a Nexus turn? Maybe even the Nexus. 15 seconds to go. I think they're gonna get it. Holy moly. The comeback win. Really, that was just a case of G2 getting greedy around Baron. They should have won this game. There's no question about it. Wow. Yeah, so really G2 should have won this game. I mean, they had everything in their favor until they lost a teamfight at Baron and let Reckless get a ton of farm on Kog'Maw. So really good by Fnatic to come back into this game. There was some really clutch saves here. Fnatic, you know, Gamsu saving a Baron, being able to take out Emperor as G2 was trying to rush it. Reckless played the team fights as, you know, as pretty much as good as you can as Kog'Maw. I mean, just well played from Fnatic to take advantage of G2 overstepping. So, good game though.